Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som kere konsolata konsolferino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason.
Hey. Welcome to Wanna Bet. Let's get it started. Indeed, I'm Jason. That's Ben. We are Wanna Bet. We thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. The show is pretty simple. We do this 7 days a week. We give you the best plays that we have made, that we feel the strongest about, that we put the most work into, that we've wagered, in many cases, the most money on, to try to help you beat the books. First, second, third down, pretty simple. 3 favorite plays of the day. Fourth down, we try to give you something that'll get you paid over the long term, like a future, or a long shot bet, hence fourth and long. Or sometimes it's fourth and short. Quick hitters, trying to hit something in the first quarter, first half, first period of a game. I will cover both in my fourth down today. Overtime, it's football and football season. We have football or soccer parlays every day. And Ben, now is the time when we put the slip up. But before we do, you've crunched the numbers. Do you feel like it's worthy of putting on the bibs? Do you think that was a 3 lobster bib worthy show? Yes or no? Full disclosure, I have touched the lobsters. I took them out of their plastic casing, but they still are in a undisclosed spot that I am not touching now. What are your feelings on this?
You finished up north of 6 units. I finished down about 1.2. Where would you put that?
I mean, I feel like a 5-unit night, right? Is that's kind of like my threshold has been like.
I thought it was 6.
Is it 6?
But you finished 6. No, I genuinely thought it was 6. That's why I was bringing it up to you.
Maybe it was 6. I thought 5. If you think 6, again, we're making this. This is
on the
this is
fly.
our baby. We're doing this on the fly.
And we can do. I mean, we haven't visited them in a long time. We can bring them on. I mean, we've never visited the lobsters, but the bibs we haven't had on in a while.
I don't know. So you think bibs, but no lobsters? I do know this.
I think lobsters, no bibs.
This guy survived, right? At the very least,
right.
The new metal mallet, like he gets a little bit of runway now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't you think?
Why don't we make it like a soft launch, like one lobster? What do you think about that?
Right, bring out one lobster.
Bring out one lobster. A little soft launch.
This is Lobby the lobster. He looks better than he tastes. I don't feel inclined to put any melted butter on him, but I do want to put him in my mouth.
So one lobster night.
One day we'll triple fist.
Yes.
Hopefully, maybe tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd love to be triple fisted on some lobsters tomorrow. So
why not?
Okay. No bibs? No bibs.
No bibs.
6 or more for the bibs.
6 for bibs, yes. That's the
Fair
rule
enough.
we just came up with now. For sure, it has to be a combined 6+ unit night.
Okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense. And Ryan Mills, we are going to add a little occasional segment to the show that we'll have at the end. Ryan Mills sent Beltway Ben some glorious correspondence that we will share with you guys. All right, Ben, now let everybody know because we're fully transparent here. So there we go. Raptors only scored 110. That kind of sucked. I thought they'd score more on Charlotte. Almost went overtime there, and we could have cashed that. Jokic, the Joker, he's going to appear on today's show again. Thank you, Dr. Jerry Aloysius Coleman. That basically hit at halftime, Ben. We were 1 assist away from the triple-double at the half. Geno Smith, thank you. It wasn't a terrible pass. It had maybe a little too much zip on it. But that's now 22 interceptions in Geno's 14 home starts since the beginning of the 2024 season. And that's obviously being employed by 2 different teams. And most importantly, that also helped us hit Dak 2 touchdown passes plus Cowboys on the money line. That helped seal the game. And Beltway Ben, our 3-leg interception parlay hits. J.J. McCarthy, that one was never in doubt. Trevor Lawrence, who by his standards played pretty well against the Chargers, but he is a pick machine. And Geno, those three, that was like plus 483. So we're back in the green, barely. And as you noted, I mean, you basically treaded water last night, a unit down.
Yeah, real quick before we get to my night, is Geno in the conversation? Like, it can't be Hall of Shame.
Right?
He's got to be in the conversation for Hall of Fame, right?
He's in the mix.
Yes. Okay, I agree.
Don't
I was
you
thinking
think?
that. Yeah, it has to be. I mean, every time you touch his interception, he throws one.
So are we a half? How many? So wait, June, July, August, September, October, November. So November 21st, Beltway Ben, would be 6 months. I feel like maybe that's a Spotify or something where we have a little bit of a discussion about, you know what I mean? We whittle the class down to like a half dozen or so who have the potential.
And then what?
To go
7
in.
days later, I give it a week.
We come back after Thanksgiving and we put a couple of them in.
Yes, I think.
And we could do a Twitter poll, right? We could leave a Twitter poll up for a week and let the people decide.
Yes.
I mean, Camila Cardoza, right?
Yes.
Quinn Priester / Freddie Peralta. Maybe they go in as a tag team.
It would have to be Priester by himself, I think.
Priester by himself, you think? I mean, Geno, I mean, that was pretty big.
Geno was a 5-unit cash, and he's cashed before.
Yes, he's cashed before. So I think that might be worthy of further discussion.
Does Barner get put on the bottom of the board? I mean, he's like one of those guys who they're going to get in maybe eventually, but not yet. It just gets to see how many votes he gets.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's someone. Again, the only problem with those Twitter polls is they only let you put 3 things up there.
Right.
Well, we can maybe do 2 different ones.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We seed them. You know what I mean? And so it's
what are we doing? 4? How many guys are getting in?
I don't know. It's totally up to us. I mean,
guys or girls?
Whatever we want to do.
Yeah, I think maybe 4.
You think we put 4 in? And you said guys. I think, it's not just guys.
That's why I said guys or girls. I made a mistake.
Yeah, people.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
It could be inanimate objects. The mallet could get in. Like, it could be.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, hat trick Harry Kane. Now, he's kind of tailed off for us a little bit lately, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, no. I think we should do 4 every 6 months.
That's fair. All right. So there you go. That was last night. Ben got a little squeezed in the NBA. I got a little squeezed by the Raptors in the NBA. But I needed to have a good night for you guys. I'm glad I did. All right. I think that's everything, right?
Yep.
We'll get to Ryan and his commentary at the end of the show. Okay. First down for me, we are going to the soccer markets. Denmark let us down over the weekend. Denmark's playing Scotland in UEFA World Cup qualifying for the right to be the top seed in the group and clinch automatic qualification. It means we go straight to the U.S. this summer. We don't have to go through what looks to me to be, I still can't make heads or tails of the UEFA playoff scenario for the teams to get into the World Cup through the playoffs. It's a pretty janky process. Nobody's going to want a part of that. Both these teams are coming in after stubbing their toes over the weekend. We love Denmark against Belarus. If our guy Rasmus Højlund plays in that game, I think they win easy. He comes down with the flu right before the game or some sort of flu-like illness. He's not available at all. They have to change and scrap their entire system. They end up drawing 2-2 with Belarus at home despite being up 2-0. Crazy result. Scotland couldn't beat 10-man Greece. Greece gets a red card in the first half. Scotland loses 3-2 to them. Now Denmark goes to Scotland for all the marbles. A draw would send Denmark through and keep Scotland in the playoff. Scotland at home can't want any part of that. Like, I don't read too much into what managers say, but if you've watched any of these press conferences between these two teams, it sounds to me like they're both going to go for it. The worst case is you're going to, you're in the playoff process. You win the match, either side, you're guaranteed you're going to the U.S. And when I say the U.S., I mean U.S., Canada, Mexico, jointly hosted tournament. This was a 0-0 result when they met in Denmark, in Copenhagen. I like Denmark to do the job here. Now, our guy Højlund's available for this match. We don't have confirmed lineups yet. It didn't sound like he was up for 90 minutes and that he would be starting, but part of me also wonders if that was the manager just planting that seed, and then all of a sudden he shows up in the starting lineup. Either way, you look at what Denmark's done. 5 group games, 14 goals scored, so almost 3 a game. Now, again, they couldn't score any on Scotland at home, but that was the very beginning of qualification. They've scored at least 2 goals in every game they've played. Differential in the group by far. Scotland is struggling to score. I think the Danes do it for us here. They create a lot of chances. They can score outside the box. Yes, this illness going through their team scares me a little bit. But for plus 125 for them to seal the job today, if you look at what's been happening lately, cream's been rising. Portugal goes through in dominant fashion. Germany go through in dominant fashion. Holland starts to put on a show again. I know this is tough. At Scotland, the Tartan Army, maybe the best fan base in the world in terms of international soccer. But we are backing our Danes at plus 125 to win this match. If we see our guy Højlund is in the starting lineup, I was seeing plus 175 anytime goal. We will probably jump that if he's in the starting lineup.
We're going to go to college basketball first down here for me. And I'm going with a 3-leg parlay. And it's basically Kentucky on the money line is what we're getting. So it's Kentucky on the money line, Xavier on the money line, South Carolina on the money line, and minus 107. Now, Xavier has a matchup. Patino cannot afford another home loss. And I know Old Dominion in that conference, there's a lot of hype with them. Xavier's a better team. Patino has got to win. If you lose again at home, that fan base will completely be out on you now. South Carolina, I know they went to overtime at home with Southern Miss earlier in the year, survived a scare, but this is not a good Radford team. Like, Radford, to me, is not a team that's going to surprise anybody and upset South Carolina at home here. So Xavier and South Carolina are thrown in to get us a fair price on Kentucky. Jalen Lowe might be out for the year, and that was one of their big additions. We know how much money they are paying these players at Kentucky, the highest salary in college basketball. That being said, Mohamed Dabate, Tega Owe, these guys need to step up. They just have to play better basketball, and I think they will. Denzel Aberdeen was also a big get from Florida. A lot of people understood he was a glue guy for that Florida National Championship team. Now, Walter Clayton was the guy hitting all the crazy shots, the contested shots. Like, he dragged them to that win. But Denzel Aberdeen did a lot of things well for that team, and it's not being talked about how much this Florida team right now is missing him. Izzo got off to a good start. I get that. But the Arkansas win was in East Lansing. Arkansas probably wins that game on a neutral court or in Arkansas. I fully believe that. Michigan State was kind of on the ropes late. They were able to pull away. I don't know that they'll be able to do that against a Kentucky team, which Mark Pope right now has to be feeling some heat. You know that fan base, Lexington, they're starting to get pretty frustrated with him. You have to win at Kentucky. They move on from Calipari, who, whatever you thought about him, I mean, he did win a fine amount. Now, he choked recently in recent years, and there were frustrations there, but he wasn't losing these types of games regularly. I mean, you get blown out by Louisville in a rivalry game. I do expect Mark Pope to have to bounce back in this spot here. I like Kentucky on the money line. I like Xavier on the money line, and South Carolina on the money line, minus 107.
I think Calipari liked a lobster on the table and then shenanigans under the table.
I think a lot of guys are.
Tino. That's a good follow. Good segue for me, Beltway Ben, because second down, I've got a little NCAA parlay here. We are going to take that Duke spread, which is going north of 10, and we're going to take it down to minus 4.5. And we are going to parlay that with our UNC Wilmington Seahawks to win at home against Eastern Carolina and Kent State to win at home against Eastern Kentucky. So 2 money lines and a Duke alt line of, minus 3.5. Did I take it to 3?
You took 3.5, but then you switched it to 4.5, so I switched it real quick. I'll change it back to 3.5. You sent me 3.5.
Yeah, the minus 110 is 3.5. I also played it at minus 4.5 for plus 123, I think it was. But so for these purposes, Ben, minus 3.5 with at plus 10 is correct.
All right.
Yes, I'm going the more conservative route here. So look, Duke, dominant team at home against non-conference opponents. 31-16 against the spread at home. Just overall against non-conference opponents since 2022. They've won those games on average by 20 points. They've covered those games on average by 3.5 points. Kansas, non-conference foes since 2022. 25-1 against the spread. Look, I think Kansas by March is going to be a problem. I think they had a hell of an offseason, and I call it an offseason because this is professional basketball now, basically. That's what it was. But they've got a lot less continuity, a lot more of a total reboot than Duke. Duke's already off to a great start, 4-0 against the spread. They've been smashing people. Duke is 31-22 against the spread at home, non-conference and in-conference, across the board since 2022. They're winning those games on average by 20.4. We're taking this down basically below a two-possession game. UNC Wilmington, they're just a lot better than East Carolina. East Carolina has a lot of trouble scoring the basketball, and East Carolina doesn't have much size, and UNC Wilmington has great size and depth. They've got guys coming off the bench who are 6'10 or taller. They've got 7-foot options. They've got a backcourt that are like 6'6", 6'7". So I just like that matchup. They're at home. That's a team that the other night played at Kent State last week. Remember, we were on that game. Couldn't score in the first 12 minutes and then still hung 80 points on Kent State, basically, at Kent State. They might score 90 tonight against the ECU Pirates. And then Kent State at home. They just played great in a tournament in Florida over the weekend. They did play back-to-back games. This is 3 games in 4 days, which gives me a little bit of pause. But I've seen this team a couple times now, and I just like them. This kid Gillespie, who transferred from St. Louis, is having freaky nights. He's going for 25 and 15 against people, and I think he could do it again here. The Cyan Medley kid hasn't even shot the ball that well yet. And they've got another guard who only played in like 8 games last year. He was hurt all year, who's giving them legitimate three-point shooting, which is something that they lack. I don't think Eastern Kentucky can defend the 3-ball at all. And it wouldn't shock me if Kent State covers that 10. And so did I jump on Wilmington minus 5.5 when it opened last night? I did. But Seahawks money line, Kent State money line, Dukies minus 3.5, plus 110 for the Spotifyers and Apple Bottoms.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to go to the NBA here. We will go to a same game parlay, guys on the same team. De'Aaron Fox, 25-plus points, and Luke Cornett, 6-plus rebounds, which you can get at minus 118. I would also consider playing De'Aaron Fox, 30-plus points at plus 180, and you can make that an official play for me. When you look at what he's done this year with Wemby or without him, we saw him go for 28 the other night. They're going to need him to score because it's also Castle and Dylan Harper. They're out. Now, it's just year one for Dylan Harper, but he was giving them a jolt scoring. Castle, we already know what he can do. He's off the minutes restriction. De'Aaron Fox is. Best matchup tonight facing a Grizzlies team. They're allowing 29.51 points per game to opposing point guards. That is the most in the NBA. Luke Cornett, on the other hand, grabbed 11 boards in just 28 minutes last game. You're also facing a Grizzlies team allowing 50 rebounds per game, which is the 3rd most in the NBA. Zach Edey is back. That'll change things a little bit, but to me, still, they're going to allow boards. They're shooting a lot of threes. They're trying to score as fast as they can. It's not working well. 6 should not be an issue regardless. He plays 26 to 30 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark, especially with Edey playing. They're going to have Cornett on the court. I mean, he's a true big. He can stick with Edey. Edey's worked on his three-point shot enough, but I'm not buying it. But the main play here is De'Aaron Fox, 25-plus points. And again, we're taking him 30-plus because we can get that at plus 180. And when he's played 35 minutes in the last game, we know he's going to play the minutes. The 3-ball is starting to fall in a little bit more for him. We know how aggressive he has been shooting throughout his career. It's not always been there for him. But so far, as of late, in San Antonio, he's had some success shooting the 3. And when you don't have Wembanyama, you have to take over scoring this game. The way you're being paid, how you want to play it, 25 points should not be an issue. And if he goes for 25-plus, I'd expect him to get to 30. So again, for the listeners, De'Aaron Fox, 25-plus points, Luke Cornett, 6-plus rebounds. That gets you minus 118. And then as another official play, Meatball, we're going De'Aaron Fox, 30-plus points at plus 180.
Like it. Could you hear Gigi barking at the mailman? Could you guys hear that?
Yeah, a little bit. We did.
A little bit? Just a little bit. You know, because we don't, Gigi doesn't show up on the show very often.
Yes.
It's funny that she did that because we also don't hear her bark very often. She barks a lot, but we don't hear it a lot. Gigi will appear on the show. There is a 2-unit play on the show. And to keep the karma going, it kind of relates to that Wemby injury that my man Beltway Ben was just talking about, which sucks for the basketball world because, I mean, who doesn't get pure joy out of watching that kid play basketball?
Every single night.
I hope he is not out long, but with that frame and that body type, it's a battle in the NBA. Third down. Pat Scary's Towson Tigers appear on the show again. They traveled down about 4 hours south of their campus to JMU, face the Dukes. We're going under here. And look, this number, like this opened in some places at like 133.5. You could, last I looked right before, I don't know, half hour before the show, minus 140, one book had it. And other books were up to around 138.5. If you want to wait and see if this goes north of 140, go for it. I don't think we're getting to 135, frankly. Towson Tigers, non-conference games since 2023, 21-6 to the under. They keep making the numbers low. Tigers keep going under. Beltway Bend, in those 27 games, they've gone under on average by 5.2 points per game. It's not even close. They played Norfolk State last week. We took the Norfolk State team total and played around with it and went under. That game produced 92 points. That was 51-41 on the campus of Towson. Now they're traveling. Towson really still can't score. They've got 2.5 kids who can score, but everybody rebounds and everybody hustles and everybody plays at a slow pace. They hosted JMU last year, Beltway Bend, a Towson team that might have had more scoring with Christian May still there. They produced 130 total points. How have the Dukes been doing? Well, they barely scored 70 on a D3 team, Washington and Lee. They struggled to score 72 on Longwood. Yeah, we are under in this game. I don't think anybody gets to 70. And if this was 63-60 Towson, something like that, I wouldn't be shocked.
Third down, we will go to college football. You know, I like my my team prop markets until they take them away from us. But for now, we're going to go with Western Michigan over 170.5 rushing yards tonight at minus 114 against Northern Illinois. Let's look at what Northern Illinois has done. Ball State, they allowed 139. Ohio, 333. Eastern Michigan, 149. Miami of Ohio, 197. That is in conference play. Two of 6 games, they've only allowed it over. I get that. But the one comparable matchup for me is Miami of Ohio, who have Daquan Finn as a running type quarterback, or had him. He's now sitting out. He's going to prepare for the NFL draft in 2025. That's kind of what we get. But when Daquan Finn was running and the way he was playing, that is comparable to what we will see in this one, in this game. I mean, Brock Lowry, 82-plus rushing yards in 5 straight games. He was only under 40 in 1, and that was the season opener. I think he's going to have another big day on the ground. They run the football a lot. Rushing quarterbacks are always good for these types of props, even when the number is raised to 170.5. He's not taking many sacks. They're pretty quick to let him use his legs. And then Jalen Buckley, he's also a strong running back. Like, I trust him enough to get us anywhere from 60 to 100 rushing yards. It's a 6.5-point spread for Western Michigan. I could see them running a bunch late in this game. Think they win the game outright. And if they do that, they'll be up late. They should be running the football. Western Michigan over 170.5 team rushing yards, minus 114.
I feel like the gambling gods are saying I got to get on this. That's just Gigi, by the way. I don't hear any meatball in there. That's just Gigi. But I feel like I'm not going to go 2 units on this one. But I feel it, right?
Yeah,
the dogs are speaking to us.
This
will also be the rare show where all 3 dogs appear, which doesn't happen like through the normal run of the course of action. Because I got Choppy and Gigi action coming up.
Well, Gigi is the least.
Girlfriend.
Gigi
she gets the least run.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not making whale plays on her.
Right.
I'm not Portnoy. In a lot of ways. Thank God. Should I do the 4th and long first, I guess?
Yeah, I would do 4th and long first.
Speaking of Gigi, we are going to put 2 units on the Joker to win the MVP of the NBA. You can still find it at plus 200 for now. It slips sliding away. Embiid gets hurt. Giannis goes for an MRI. That doesn't sound good. And now Wemby's out too. Like, maybe SGA wins back-to-back MVPs. That's a lot of foul shots, Beltway Ben. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just think they're not going to gun for 75 wins. They've already got their championship. They'll take the pedal off the metal somehow. They've established who they are. I just think the way he gets it, I'm not sure it's going to withstand another year where, let's face it, Joker was the MVP last year. Like, he was the MVP. He didn't get it because SGA's turn and OKC's the upstarts, and all that's fine. But, like, dude, I gave you the numbers yesterday. He's getting a triple-double in every home game. Like, he's getting triple-doubles in the first half. He's scoring 25 points in the first quarter some nights, and then other nights when he also gets a triple-double, deciding literally not to shoot the ball in the first quarter, and I'm just going to get 10 rebounds and 10 assists in the first quarter. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, could Luka get it? Maybe, but if the Nuggets win like 8 more games, Beltway Ben, or 6 more games than the Lakers, do you think Luka's getting it over Joker?
No, I don't.
I don't think you're going to be able to get the plus 200 for much longer. I just don't. What's the risk? That he gets hurt like everybody else. Right. But this dude's built like a tank. This dude's pretty good about knowing when to sort of glide through games and when to really sprint and when to exert himself. So, yes, 2 units on the Joker to win the MVP. As you know, we jumped on the Nuggets to win the NBA championship before the season started. Try getting the number we got then. Now, I dare you. It doesn't exist. We've also got 2 fourth and short plays here. Beltway Ben, I can't quit the NHL. I probably should, but I can't. Certain trends just call my name, and I couldn't resist. So we're going to do 2 half-unit plays, fourth and short. Let's take the Blues and the Leafs. First period over 1.5, minus 120, Spotifyers and Apple Bottoms. And then we're also going to play the full game for a half unit. Blues, Leafs, over 5.5 for the game. Oh, okay. And Ben's got the yellow card up. Apple Bottoms and Spotifyers. So the full game is minus 120. So if this doesn't hit, you're going to red card me next time, right? Because we can't be doing we can't be doing 3 yellows. Like, it's 2 yellows equals a red.
Right. Well, I haven't yellowed you yet for hockey.
Right. So the next time you think about a yellow, I'm just telling you how soccer works. If you're thinking about going yellow the next time, just go red.
Yeah, right. But listen, I was just throwing it up because we haven't had any success in NHL, like at all. Like,
I did one. I did in the playoffs last year, and then I think I hit with the Blackhawks once or twice early in the season.
Yeah, and since it's been downhill. I think I hit with the Lightning or once, maybe.
You did, and it's part of a parlay.
Yeah.
You did. All right, look, here's why we're on this. The Maple Leafs are 16-3 to the over and 11-2 to the over at home. There was a span of time this season where 13 straight Maple Leafs games went over, and they're still giving us 5.5. Maple Leafs have allowed the most goals in the Eastern Conference. Beltway Ben, guess who's allowed the second most goals in the Western Conference? I'll give you one guess and one guess only.
Blues.
You got it. You got it. Look, they're talking about firing Craig Berube. I know him. I covered him when he was a Washington Capital. Back in the day when I covered the Caps for the Washington Post. They're talking about firing him. They're playing a loosey-goosey style. It's run and gun. It's like the 1990s Smythe Division hockey. They can't defend it all. First team to 5 wins. How about the Blues? They've allowed 6 goals or more in 3 of their last 6 games. What happens in the first period with these teams? Okay, the Leafs are 14-5 to the over in the first period. That's the most in the NHL. How about St. Louis? 12-7 to the over in the first period. That's top 6 in the NHL. I mean, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's now or never.
Yeah, true.
Peter Puck, love that hockey game. Like, come on, man. I've covered Olympic hockey. I've covered, I don't know, I probably covered at least 10 Stanley Cup finals. I covered the Detroit Red Wings when they won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Like, I mean, I freelance for the hockey news. Like, I know a little bit about ice hockey.
Yes.
Come on now. Let's have one of these trends hold so I don't have to boycott the sport.
Yeah. I think it's going to cash. I think tonight's the night.
At least one of them. I mean, that's why I did too, because I thought you're probably carding me. So I'm like, let me split this. Let me split the baby here and try to stay alive.
I like that. I like that a lot. But here, we're going fourth and short. We're just going to go with a simple 3-leg parlay that we get plus money on. You guys know I love doing my props early on. Makes the games a little bit more fun to watch early. You have to watch multiple different ones. It's fun. De'Aaron Fox, 5+ first quarter points. LeBron James, 2+ first quarter points. Devin Booker, 2+ first quarter assists. I'll start with LeBron. I don't love doing the public thing. I don't love betting with the public. I don't love running out there. But as soon as I saw that he was probably going to play tonight, you're telling me he's not going to make a layup or get to the he's not an amazing free throw shooter, but he'll get to the free throw line a few times. He should finish one bucket. This is one basket. And with the minutes restriction and all that, I don't think we're going to be worrying about it in the first quarter. So I am going to just take him tonight for 2+ first quarter points. Mm-hmm. It's one basket, literally one. You know that JJ Redick, with his friendship with LeBron, is going to get him moving to the basket and finishing one to get that crowd. Rooting for him because it's.
By the way, Ben, I'm gonna call my shot. Alley-oop from Luka. I'm gonna call my shot.
Alley-oop at this age,
he can still dunk. Come on.
Oh, absolutely. But
I'm not saying 3 feet over the bucket.
Are we talking transition? Huh? Are we talking
like a little like a 2-on-1 little lob catch and dunk. I'm not talking about catch it 3 feet over the rim and tomahawk it.
Off the tip off.
I'm talking like an underhand lob, like a hockey saucer pass, and then just a boop. Like he could even catch it here and just boop.
Well, we played a few teams. Like we played Delaney, who had like 4 different D1 kids in high school. My senior year, Ike Cornish was there. All those guys.
Ooh.
Off the tip off, they set a back screen and throw a half court lob and slam it down. Their student section's going nuts, and it was just
forget about it.
So I don't think LeBron will do that. But it is a home game.
Get the fans in it, but get the people in it early though.
Exactly. And it's against the Utah Jazz. Enough said about their defense. Now, De'Aaron Fox, 5+ first quarter points. He was over this in the one game without Wemby. I think there would be no issue with him getting there. I had it at 4 at first, but the 5 moved us to plus money, and I think he'll get to the free throw line 2 times, and I think he'll finish 2 buckets. So anywhere from 5 to 7 points is where I'm projecting him to finish at least. I do like 5+. And then Devin Booker, 2+ first quarter assists. This has been a pretty trendy play for us. He goes over it a lot. He's going to play 10 to 11 minutes in that first quarter, and we always have the opportunity for them to put him back out there for the final 40 seconds like we did when we got that 3+ first quarter assist prop. I like his assists regularly tonight, but just for here, we're taking him 2+ first quarter assists. Again, for the listeners, De'Aaron Fox, 5+ first quarter points, LeBron James, 2+ first quarter points, and Devin Booker, 2+ first quarter assists, plus 103.
Excellent. Overtime for me. We're going back to the Premiership. We wanted to get on some of these games early. We've obviously been looking at this schedule for 2 weeks because of the international break. We love our Bournemouth Cherries. They're at home to West Ham. We like Bournemouth to win that match. Arsenal hosting Tottenham in a North London derby. We like the Gooners to win that match. And Crystal Palace hosting the lowly Wolves. We like Palace, the Eagles, to win that match. Moneyline parlay plus 336. Look, West Ham have been a little better lately for sure. They're a garbage first half team, though. I think they're going to have to play from behind here because they always play from behind. And while we'd be playing this match over 2.5 goals and probably not the result, if Bournemouth was on the road where our Cherries just attack, at home they play a little bit more conservative. They play to get the win. And I think they will score multiple goals here, however, against the Hammers who are leaky in the back. The Hammers on the road, 1 win, 1 draw, 3 losses. Bournemouth has been scoring 2 or more goals regularly, I think, in 5 of their last 6 games overall. And our Cherries, 4 wins and a draw at home. We like the Cherries to do the job over the Hammers. Arsenal, best team in the Prem, recently had a streak of 8 straight games where they won to 0. I don't think Tottenham's getting on the board against them. That win to 0 streak did end against Sunderland. It means they win without conceding a goal in the process. We're not going to play it that way, though. We're just going to take the Gunners to do the job. And then, we fade Wolves pretty much every week. Why? Well, they've got 1 draw and 5 defeats on the road. They've scored once on the road all season. They've given up 11, minus 10 goal differential in 6 games. That's shite. Palace have been pretty good at home. They haven't lost at home. Look, 4 draws isn't ideal. But everybody's loading up on the Wolves these days, and it wouldn't shock me if that's a 2-0 or 2-1 result. So, again, Bournemouth to win, Arsenal to win, Palace to win, plus 336 Spotifyers and Apple Bottoms.
I'm going to do 2 plays. We'll start with our big plus money parlay. Plus 366. De'Aaron Fox, 30-plus points. Wendell Carter Jr., 10-plus points. And Devin Booker, 6-plus assists. We talked about De'Aaron Fox earlier. It's regularly plus 180. I gave it out as an official play. But now we'll jump to Devin Booker for the 6-plus assists. 10 of 14 games this season, he's gone for 6-plus. Facing a Blazers team that's allowing a lot of assists to opposing teams, bottom 10 in the NBA in that area. Devin Booker can score, but he's also been really good passing the basketball. And this Suns team, I know, Allen's out, and it's kind of tough dealing with that. But this Suns team thrives when Devin Booker has the ball in his hands because he can either get to the bucket, he can shoot it, he can beat you a lot of different ways, and he loves throwing guys open because so much attention goes his way. Great basketball player. This is a guy who I used to hate on early in his career just because I like Luka and there was that little beef. But after watching Devin Booker go to the Olympics and really buy into a role that you don't see many superstars do. Devin Booker's a superstar in this NBA. I don't care what anybody says. He is one of the top 15 player in the NBA. He went to the Olympics and said, you know what? I'll be the dirty work guy to help us win a gold medal. Like, that's just, you don't see many guys willing to do that. More guys will be moping on the bench, doing a lot of different things. Devin Booker's a good damn basketball player. And with the Suns, everybody expected them to be horrible, including myself. He's got this team playing really good basketball. 6-plus assists should not be an issue. Now, the other play. Wendell Carter, 10-plus points. The beginning of the season, he wasn't doing this much. All of a sudden, this month, he's over in 7 of 8. The Warriors are allowing a ton of points inside against true centers. Wendell Carter, he'll stretch you out a little bit, but he's also had success scoring. Now, somewhat of a hedge here that I decided to throw in is Goga Batadze, 10-plus points. And, like, when I look at the matchup with the Warriors, how they struggle in the interior, it's not a one-unit play, it's just a half-unit play. He cashes this. We finish up 2 units. Had to throw Choppy in. Listen, like, 10-plus points he's done in 2 games this year. That's not a lot. But if he plays 18 to 22 minutes, he couldn't give us 5 layups or get to the free throw line a few times. And they've also leaned on him a little bit in second halves at times when Wendell Carter gets in foul trouble or isn't giving them enough inside. Depending on how the Warriors play list, would not surprise me to see Batadze go for 10-plus points. So again, the first play is the parlay. We have De'Aaron Fox, 30-plus points, Wendell Carter, 10-plus points, and Devin Booker, 6-plus assists, plus 366. And then the other play, Goga Batadze, 10-plus points at plus 400 for half a unit.
I like it. Beltway Ben going for it. Before we get out of here, do you have, I think I can pull it up if you don't have. Do you have Ryan, our correspondence from Ryan Mills?
I can pull it up. I have it on my phone somewhere. Let me see. I think I sent it to you. I should have emailed it maybe. Yeah, I got it right here.
You do the honors, Beltway Ben.
All right. He said, "Hey, Beltway Ben, this is Ryan from the YouTube."
And feel free. I think feel free to emote to make it an emotional reading. You know what I mean? If you want to, like almost like when you had to read some Shakespeare in front of the class. You know?
Yeah, I was the kid who.
Did you ever have to do that?
Yes, I did. I would just sit there and shake my head and not feel like doing it. But this, I like. I enjoy this. Shakespeare bores me. You know what I mean?
No.
Jim was my favorite subject.
What light through yonder window breaks? It is the moon, or it is the sun, and Juliet is the moon. Arise, fair moon, and strike.
Yeah, I like Jim.
I got a little bit through it. That's from like 6th grade. For some reason, I remember that from Romeo and Juliet.
Jim was always better.
We had to read. Yeah.
All
right, so go ahead, Ryan Mills. If you want to read it like Willie Shakespeare, I'm here for it. But it's up to you.
Would you rather read it for like Shakespeare?
No,
I want to read it like Beltway Ben.
No, I think you do it however you want.
You think I should read like Beltway Ben? I think that would probably be like a. I'm gonna read it like
the floor is yours.
The floor is yours. But no. Hey, Beltway Ben, Ryan Mills from the YouTube comment section. He talked to us about a lot of different things. He said he would love a small mailbag segment at the end of each show. It could be perfect extra content for the Spotifyers and the Apple Bottoms. He used that after how Jason always does. He would make a triple unit play that this small but growing community of wanna-betters would love to hear more banter and podcasting as well. Communicate directly about things like your dogs not getting to go on a walk yesterday or Jason's behind the scenes action, because we know Jason was showing off the behind the scenes action. Now his first mailbag submission.
Behind the scenes action? What do you mean?
Your water heater when you were.
You want to see more of the? More of the basement?
No, I think it more just like when you guys have behind the scenes stuff going on, showing off more.
Look at that. How about
Doing
that?
Stuff.
This is literally the unfinished side of my basement. You like those wires? There you go.
That is.
Hey, we're here for the people. We give you what you want.
We absolutely are.
I wasn't sure what he meant by that, so you knew immediately.
Well, I knew, like, just behind the scenes, when we got stuff going on, we're honest. We had a lot of stuff going on for a few weeks. We got it.
Still do.
Yeah.
I was convinced this morning that I was banned from Bet365.
Did you figure that out yet?
I still think so. I still think I'm like shy. I think I'm a little bit. I think I'm on their naughty list.
They think you're not in Maryland. They think you're in California putting.
I don't know what they think. No, I have a theory, but it's not that.
But his first mailbag submission, Beltway Ben, I need some clarification on the Christmas Day parlay T's and C's. Who gets to keep the staked wager? Are my wife and kids only pocketing the winnings of these stocking stuffers, or all that the book me would pay back? Which leads to the next question. We need a Christmas Day parlay episode. He has a big extended family. He's going to need quite a few 2 to 3 leggers to sprinkle around the gift piles Christmas morning to make him the coolest uncle, dad, and husband.
Well, we're definitely going to do a show Christmas Day, don't you? Now, where do you go?
We're going to do some parlay.
You're going to be at Maddie. You're going to be at your house for a while, and then at Maddie's, or what? We're just here. We're here, so I'm good. I can do it whenever.
Yeah, no, Christmas. We'll figure out whatever time. Christmas, we have so much inventory. Like we will have.
But I'm saying logistically, where are you?
Oh,
you're bouncing around. You're going to your grandma's house. Like
I'm at home, but most of the episodes I do at Maddie's, so I can also drive out here if I needed to. Whatever. I mean, that's what I was also figuring out for Thursday, Thanksgiving. And again, we're just talking honesty on here. Thursday, Thanksgiving, I will be at home, and I'm just going to take this stuff with me because Friday.
Well, maybe we do it Wednesday night because Thursday I will be at the Loyola Calvert Hall Turkey Bowl game, which I think kicks off at 10. I got to double check what time it kicks off. Loyola Calvert Hall is the longest running in the country. No two Catholic schools have played each other consecutively in football more than Loyola Blakefield, Roll Downs Roll, and the team that's on the across the street from the Red Robin. And we own them? Yes, we do. So that's something I was meant to tell you about too. Maybe we taped that one the night before or something. I don't know. Look, we stole this whole show from Kornheiser and Wilbon, so we might as well steal their mailbag segment too. I mean, so if people write in, look, want to bet with us at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Ben and I get that email because the comments is fine too. But if you guys want to, and again, at the end of the show, when Ben puts the thing up there, the email's on there as well. I know it says for business inquiries, but I mean, it's for whatever.
Yeah.
So if people send in a cool email, we will definitely read it on the show. Ryan also had in there that he thought the community should be called the Mooch and Glad Betters, which I think was the best. You buried the lead.
Sorry,
I thought that might have been the most genius thing he had in there.
That's on me.
Right?
I did, yes.
Mooch and Glad Betters. I think that's perfect.
That is good. That is, shout out to Ryan. That is very good.
That should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's definitely what it's called. Mooch and Glad Betters. That's
right.
That's done. Ryan, I'm running late, but I am going to the post office. I don't care if I'm late to my radio show. Your shit's getting in the mail today. You got an extra large hoodie coming to you. There's only 2 left in existence, unless we get the one back from Kornheiser that was on the Statue of Liberty, a PTI, that now its whereabouts are unknown. It's never getting back on the Statue of Liberty. We know that much.
Yeah.
But maybe I can get that one back if Tony doesn't want to wear it or Nigel doesn't want to wear it. So we'll find out about that. All right, Ben, this has been a long one. Put the ticket up there if you don't mind. So there you go. I bounce back. I got to really keep it going. 469 losses. Not very good. But we go, look, no risk it, no biscuit. We're going for plus money almost all the time around here. So it's not really about the winning percentage. It's about the return on investment. And that's not good enough over 6 months either.
Real quick, I know we got to go. Jeff, our guy Jeff, very loyal.
Jeff Freeland. He's an OG.
Jeff
he's a Hall of Famer.
He came up with a good thing. He said in the comments, I think at the end of the year, we need to review the best bets of the year.
Holy shit. I mean, I guess if we can remember.
No, you remember some of your big cashes. I remember some of mine.
I mean, I write everything
5.
down. Everything's like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys can't see me right now. I mean, I have multiple notebooks where
We
everything
come with like
is
5
written
each
down
and just discuss them.
We could do that. Is that a special for the Spotifyers and Apple Bottoms? Maybe. No?
We can.
Or we do it on here and we make it
yeah. But it's got to be after the new year. It's got to be of the
Odyssey really wants us to get these numbers up on the audio only.
Right.
It's a visual show. I totally get. I invented it. It's a visual show. But like, if you don't mind, if maybe you missed a bet and you're driving home, you can even put it. Screw it. You can put it on with no freaking volume in your car, right? And we get credit for it. You don't have to listen to it if you've already watched it. I mean, I almost said something. Anywho, we've gone on way too. We're gonna get in trouble.
No, we're not. I get in trouble for
anything.
anything.
I will. My mouth gets me in trouble all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should do that. I know there was the 3-leg Nerfy, the one Nerfy parlay that was like plus
600 something. Yeah, or something.
No, it was almost 9. It was almost 9.
I remember that. I remember.
And there was like, I got to go back and look because there was like a leadoff triple involved in that too. That's the whole thing. You got to be able to tell the story.
Yeah,
I feel like there was like a leadoff triple in the third game. Like the first 2 hit, and then there was a leadoff triple, and somehow he didn't score.
Yeah. I probably would put, like I said, Barner touchdown, plus 550, first touchdown of the game. And I'd have to come up with some others that I can remember. Evan Ingram, we'll see.
I'd have to think about it.
Oh, Alyssa Thomas triple-double. She cashed me a big triple-double earlier.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Well, you just had triple-double the other night. Cade Cunningham plus 1,500. I mean,
it's half unit, though. But it still was a good cash.
Oh, I mean, hey,
True.
plus 750. It's still pretty good.
True.
Did I put in? I think I put in Panther. I know I was on Tet. I know I was on Bryce Young. I know. I mean, I played it, but it's hard to remember what you did on the show. I feel like I did Panthers over their win total on the show. Because that's almost a hit. Like they've got 6 wins. I think.
They're right in there for the division. Let me see.
I mean, I remember in the summer doing a lot. I know I talked up Tet. I know I talked up Bryce Young. I don't know if Tet's going to get the 6 touchdowns. He's going to go way over the yardage. But I thought I said like parlay it.
Yeah, you have them over 7.5 wins at plus 140.
I took the alt. It's okay. All right. Well, they ain't going.
Dude, you cut out. You there? Checking.
To beat the 49ers.
You there?
Yeah. Did I screw up?
Yeah, you cut out real quick. But no, you also have Bucks, Panthers, Falcons, Saints division order at plus 650.
Bucks, Panthers, Falcons.
Which, I mean, that looks very good.
I mean,
we have a lot of futures that are going to be put into our record.
That are going to be garbage?
I don't know. Because like a plus 650.
Dude, didn't I have Rams plus 375 to win the division?
Yeah, to win the NFC West. Oh, plus 195.
Oh, plus 375.
Did the Niners to miss the playoffs at plus 165.
Come on, Shanahan, you choking bitch. You bitches, that's not even a cuss word anymore. People said, you can say that on the radio now. Oh, bitch and moan. That's not explicit.
The Chiefs are going to screw us a little bit. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, Browns. That's pretty good. You had a lot.
Yeah, that's got a shot.
A lot of orders.
I did some of the orders. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but they're looking good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know I'm sitting on a bunch of plus 375 tickets for the Rams, but
I'm
those
also
are
getting
to
screwed.
win the NFC.
Clemson.
I think
Clemson was my team of the offseason. What a bunch of bumps.
Yeah,
don't get me started on that.
I didn't do any football. I didn't do any college football.
You tailed one or two of the Clemson plays.
Oh, I did. Plays. I tailed Klubnik to win Heisman.
Yeah. I don't think that's
shame on us. Well,
also,
all right. Oh yeah.
Real quick, sorry, I know it's gone way too long. There's been one play you punted, and I remember when you did it, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Kenneth Walker, his rushing yards, you punted on me, and you put up the punt, and we're like, "No way, he's got a shot." I put it up there at like a very fair price. I got to find out what the price was. It was one of the only plays that you ever punted when I've given out.
Really?
Yes, you were. I was like, "You're punting," And then, 1,000 plus rushing yards at plus 175. He's got a shot. Got a shot. One punt. That's the only punt you've ever given me. It was.
You could have given me 1,000 guesses, and I would not have guessed that that's what I punted on.
I was like, oh shit. But he's got a chance. He's got 606.
I just figured it would be bombs away with Darnold, but I didn't think they'd have this many big leads. Like I thought it'd be bombs away, but closer games, and he would get squeezed. Charbonnet, you know what I mean? Yeah. Charbonnet pass protection, Charbonnet screen game. But I'm shocked. I'm shocked I punted on it.
I was too.
Maybe I just wanted to F with you because that doesn't even strike me as something. You know what I mean? Like that I would get upset about.
Yeah, I was like, well,
that might have been psychological warfare.
It might have been. It quite honestly might have been.
All right, I got to get Ryan his sweatshirt before we go do our radio show. If you like this crap, download the Odyssey app and you can listen to Inside Access.
No.
You can't watch it live on Spotify, so I'm not going to give that out.
Are you talking about? Oh, you're saying we can watch on YouTube.
Oh yeah, watch it. YouTube.com/ at Baltimore 1057 The Fan.
Yes.
There you go. Good call, Beltway Ben. All right, you already put the ticket up, right?
Yep.
This show will be half as long tomorrow, or I'll eat a lobster on air, and a stuffed lobster at that. Godspeed, Ryan. I'm mailing your stuff.